All right, welcome on into the sports news. I am not running on a full tank of gas. Yes, the sniffles and maybe the flu has me down a little bit, but that doesn't mean the show is going to be down. We are revving full speed ahead. The headlines are next. They are powered by the Red Zone over on Regent Street and Conan Automotive in Stoughton. Stick around. The sports news next on 57 Sports. All right, time now for the headlines. You're looking at the tackles, hits, checks, and dunks that make up the local sports scene. I am your host, Rich Reynolds, and let's hit the ground running. You know, it's been written that hope springs eternal. It's something that almost every baseball team likes to believe every spring, each and every year. Well, Major League Baseball made their first pitch this week as the Milwaukee Brewers came north with a lot less hope than most teams. A rebuilding core and an undergun pitching staff has most fans hoping for just some semblance of respectability, we'll call it that. Now, around the area, there's decidedly more enthusiasm for local teams. The Prep Baseball Report's Power 25 are out, and they list the Cougars of Janesville-Craig as their #1 squad. Now, other area teams in the top 25 include Sun Prairie at 6, Jefferson at 15, and Columbus coming in at 24. Columbus, in fact, is the 5th-ranked Division II team in the entire state, and they're off to a 2-0 start after defeating Campbellsport 4-2 on Saturday. Brandon Dauman had 13 strikeouts on the mound. Connor Manthe went yard, and Joey Califoot added an RBI in the Cardinals' win. Well, more prep accolades were handed out as the Wisconsin State Journal announced their all-area teams for the recently concluded boys and girls basketball seasons. Now, a guest on our program, Madison Memorial's Chris Knight, was named the All-Area Boys Player of the Year. Knight is a senior and will be headed to Dartmouth in the fall. For the girls, it was Madison Edgewood's Estella Moshkow grabbing the honor. Moshkow, a 6'2 senior, is going to be heading west and heading over to Stanford in the fall. Now, as far as the coaches go, can't forget about them. Estella's coach at Edgewood, Laura Staveness, won the honor after leading her team to the Division III championship that was at the Resch Center in Green Bay. Where the boys are is where you'll find the Coach of the Year, Jim Myers of Barneveld, who in just his second season led his squad to the Division V boys title. And we end the headlines on this item, which is stunning to me. But once again, Bo Ryan was passed over for induction into the Naismith Basketball Hall of Fame. Now, despite winning 4 national titles at UW-Platteville, numerous Big Ten championships, and consecutive Final Four appearances with Wisconsin, Ryan was inexplicably omitted again. Hopefully next year, Coach. In the interim, the class includes Kansas coach Bill Self, former Bulls executive Jerry Krause, and standout players Tracy McGrady and Rebecca Lobo. For more information on our headlines and all the 411, check out these fine websites. Stick around. We have more interviews than anyone else. That's coming up next on the Sports News on Wisconsin's 57 Sports.
Welcome back to the Sports News. With us now is Kim Chacos. She's the Director of Operations for the Madison Capitals. Thank you so much for being with us, Kim.
Thanks for having me.
Now, we're talking today about your final 2 games of the season, and now one of your last Dollar Beer Fridays is coming up, I hear. And for fans who may not know what that is, what does it all entail?
Yeah, our last Dollar Beer night of the season is this Friday, and fans can come in when doors open at 6 o'clock, head down to our beer garden, which is right at ice level in the entrance to the ice where our players come on and off, and you basically get to drink 10-ounce beers for $1 each. They're draft beers, and that lasts until the end of the first intermission. So plenty of time to have some water and be ready to go home after the game.
I love that. And are you guys offering any sort of special ticket to go along with Dollar Beer Friday?
Of course.
Okay.
So we have a special deal on our website, madcapshockey.com, that includes a main concourse ticket and a slice of Rocky Rococo's pizza. So not only do you get to drink some dollar beers, you can get a slice of pizza, and that's only $11. So it's pretty much a steal right now.
That sounds like a perfect evening.
Yeah, absolutely.
All the components you need. And now Saturday is actually your final game of the season. What do you guys have planned?
Yeah, it's our fan appreciation game. We're super sad to see another season end, but we're gonna go out with a bang, and we're gonna have our fan of the year gonna come out and drop the puck, and we're gonna have some giveaways throughout the game and just kind of say thank you to our fans. So we're really excited to finish off the year strong, and then we'll gear up for next season.
Any sort of special for tickets that night?
Yep, that night we have one main concourse ticket, a slice of Rocky Rococo's pizza again, and then we're also including a scoop of chocolate chip ice cream, and so all that's for $15. And so you get dinner, dessert, and a ticket to the game.
The deals just keep getting sweeter.
They do.
I see a trend here.
They do, absolutely.
And now you guys have some future prospect camps coming up, I hear. Tell me a little bit about that.
Yeah, in May we're going to be hosting our 2003-2004 Future Prospect Camp, and then in June we'll have our 2001 and 2002 Future Prospect Camps. So basically, players who were born between 2001 and 2004 can sign up on our website for an invitation. They can come out to our camp, and it's really just a learning experience, so they can see what it's like to be at a junior hockey camp and learn what it's going to be like in the future if they decide to play in the juniors, and then also give them some educational material on what the next steps are to play in college as well.
I love that, connecting to the younger generations. That's absolutely awesome.
Yeah, absolutely, and hopefully some future Capitals will come out of it.
There you go. And if people do want to purchase tickets or get more information about the Capitals, where can they go?
Yep, just our website at madcapshockey.com, or they can call our office at 257-2277.
Perfect. Again, this is Kim Chacos. She's the Director of Operations with the Madison Capitals. Thank you so much for being with us, and best of luck on those 2 games.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, and we'll be back with more sports news right after this.
A special thank you to Conan Automotive in Stoughton for supporting local athletics. You know, getting outside in the springtime is a wonderful thing, and it means so many different things to so many different people. And one of the great things to get outside and catch a track meet. Yeah, good stuff as we bring in the Stoughton boys and girls head track coaches. We got Trevor Kramalis and Eric Benedict who are joining us right now. And gentlemen, thanks for coming on in. Let's start with the ladies' side of things first. Coach Benedict, what can we expect from your team this season?
I think you're going to expect some really good, strong senior leadership. We have a couple of really good runners coming back. Ellie William placed 3rd in the 400 last year at our state track meet. And some other seniors, Kendra Halverson, Maya Lanabatten, and Kylie Lynch. So, you know, it's strong, really good contenders in our conference, and hopefully pull through some state qualifiers as well.
Senior leadership, always good to have on a team. Now, I know, Coach Kramalis, you're pretty high on your team this season. Why so high? Why are the expectations so high for you?
I feel coming off of last year, we set the bar pretty high for ourselves, and we bring back a lot of experience, and with that, a lot of kids are hungry. They want to get to state. They want a conference title. So putting in a lot of good work so far this year, and I think they're really driven, and we're just having really high expectations for them.
Now, for both of you guys, what are some of the events that you think that your teams excel at? I mean, track can encompass so many different things. What events are you really specializing in this year?
I think our middle distance, our 400, 800 runners are both on both sides going to be pretty strong this year, as well as I think field events. I think our jumps, triple and long jump, will be pretty, some strong, very good athletes in them.
Yeah, how about on the boys' side?
Exact same, middle distance. Nathan Mall's coming back. He was at state last year. We have Jackson Hampton. Distance, we have a lot of senior leadership. We have Garrett Model, Tristan Jenny, Owen Rowe. Definitely set the bar high for the younger kids to look up to some seniors. And jumps as well. Jordan DiMendetto, Sean McClary, Dwight Walker, definitely doing well so far this year already.
Now, it's always good to have some high, lofty goals at the beginning of the season. What are some of the goals that you're hoping to track down this year?
On the girls' side, I think we've won 6 straight conference titles. We're looking again to contend for the conference title meet. I think our distance program, coming off a strong cross-country season on the girls' side, I'm really looking forward to some of our younger runners, Anna Wozniak and Margaret Ross, and a freshman Grace Jenny coming in. Should be some very strong runners for us, but I think, strong contender in our conference meet.
And on the boys' side, you going to break that conference title drought?
Yeah. 1981 was the last time the boys have won a conference title. So last year, Oregon had a really solid meet, and we came in a close third with Monona Grove, who this year is coming back stacked as well. So Just looking at it, the boys know that they really want to get a conference title under their belt and then get some success in the regional sectional level and get as many kids to state as possible.
So much success with Viking sports, track and field no different. Coaches, thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
A special thank you to Conan Automotive in Stoughton for supporting local athletics.
Hey, if you've ever been involved with winter sports at all, you know that equipment is key, and it's the king to all of it, and there's so much that goes into it and the maintenance of it and all of that. And in that spirit, let's talk about equipment and what that looks like. So we bring in Jake and Josh. They are from Crossover Shops and Pro Shops. I want to make sure I get that right. Crossover Pro Shops. And guys, let's talk about your business a little bit. How did you get it started?
So about 6 or 7 years ago, there was an opening at the Madison Ice Arena for a pro shop, and as a family, we kind of decided we'd like to get into the small business and, try to test the water a little bit. So we opened up there about 6 or 7 years ago, and then a couple years after that, the opportunity was provided in Waunakee to open up a second location. So we opened up with that, and after a little more success, this year we were able to open up a third location in Verona.
Very cool, and every business has like a mission statement. What's your mission?
So our mission is pretty simple, is to provide the best product services that we can in terms of sharpening and equipment cleaning. And then we also like to provide an affordable option for our user groups in terms of equipment and merchandise.
Yeah, so let's talk about the services that you offer, and there's a bunch of them. It's not just sharpening skates. What else do you guys do?
So sharpening skates and profiling would be our #1 service. Just important when your steel touches the ice. That's the most important part of the game. A couple other things we do is for figure skaters out of Madison Ice Arena, we rent the entry level and more competitive level skates to get you started. We kind of grow with you through the program. It's really nice. Everyone loves it. We took it over for about a year now. We've been doing it, so it's been great. And then we have a fresh gear sanitizing system, which right now is a perfect time of the year to do that. Season's pretty much over, and we really want to clean all that bacteria out that causes a lot of that funky smell. And the last thing we kind of have is different from a lot of other shops, so those toys and trinkets for the kids. It's really pretty big for our visiting teams, mini sticks, little ornaments during the holidays, just really fun stuff. We try to keep it light, but have professionalism at the same time.
Anyone involved with hockey knows that smell that comes from the trunk or the back of the car. So when it comes to pads. So what sort of training and expertise do you guys have?
So we have Maximum Edge certification, which is, we're the only one in Madison with that. It's a combination of the shape of the steel and the hollow grind that we put on your skates. Every team in the last 10 years in the NHL that's won the Stanley Cup has used this system. Both of us personally trained with Bob Allen, who created the system, and we just offer the best edges you possibly can get in the city.
Hey, so much more to talk about and things for the future and all of that. We'll have to get into another time. We're out of time here. Jake, Josh, thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
Thank you.
A special thank you to Conan Automotive in Stoughton for supporting local athletics.
Welcome back to the sports news. We have quite the crowd with us now with Supreme Hits Promotions. Kevin Garduno, Brian Guzman, Danny Torres, Deontay Wilson, Dorn Vu, and Dennis Morris, all fighters with Supreme Hits Promotions fighting on the Or Else World Event Championship boxing event. Now, Brian, thank you guys for being with us today, first of all. Brian, how do you feel being signed with Supreme Hits Promotions and making your pro debut?
Well, Supreme Hits is making big noise.
Yeah.
They're making huge moves in the boxing world. I feel great. I feel blessed to be a part of this. It's full of great talent, all these great fighters that are accepting me into this company, and I plan on being a great asset on this card.
I love that you're so humble and the gratitude. That is amazing. And now, Danny, to you, you were supposed to make your debut last year and your opponent didn't even show up. Are you ready for your big chance this season?
Yes, I'm ready. I have been ready, and I'm ready to show my talent, my skills for April 29, and I thank God and thanks Supreme Hits Promotion for this big opportunity.
Absolutely. And now, Dennis, to you, Supreme Hits is making some major moves. What do you bring to the table of this awesome company?
I'm bringing in big noise, and I can't wait to step back into the ring and show Madison, my fans, and the world my skills and hard work I put into this. And I like to thank God and the Supreme Hits to give me the opportunity to be on the show and to show my skills. Thank the world. Love you.
Now, Kevin, I understand you are a Golden Gloves champion and have been to the Nationals. How do you feel being a part of the Supreme Hits family, and what can we expect from you?
First off, I'd like to give all glory to God for all the achievements I've had. I am a 3-time state champion and Golden Glove champion and fought all around the country. So I'm truly blessed to be a part of Supreme Hits Promotions and team. What you can look forward to me on April 29th is an exciting fight, keeping all the fans on their feet and my opponent hitting the canvas.
I love it. That's some great news for us to see and keep us excited. Now, Deontay, you have so much talent. Your name is buzzing in the world of boxing. I understand you are about to fight for the WBF Super Lightweight U.S. Championship. How does it feel to have this opportunity? Wow.
This opportunity, having it in the first place, is actually a blessing. It's amazing. First, I would like to give thanks to God. He's the reason for allowing this train to continue to roll forward and for the blessings to continue to come in. Second, I want to give thanks to Supreme Hits and being the vessel for God to work through in order for me to continue to get these opportunities. So I'm just looking forward to April 29th, and I'm grateful for it all.
Absolutely. And now, last but not least, Dorn, you have risen fast up in the world ranking. People all around the world are beginning to know you. What can we expect from you on April 29th as you defend your world title?
Well, expect a more devastating storm with more world-class skills. By the way, I'm coming.
I love it. Such humble guys. You guys are so passionate. We're so excited to see everything that you guys can do. Again, with Supreme Hit Promotions, thank you all for being with us today.
Thank you.
Thank you. We appreciate it, and we'll be back with more sports news right here on Wisconsin's 57 Television.
Brought to you by Conan Automotive, taking care of you by taking care of your family's car.
Welcome back to the Sports News. I'm Jessa Jeremiah. We are talking about the Chosen Few Fighting Championships today, and I am so excited to have Joshua Sterry joining us, who is the president and matchmaker. Josh, thanks for being here today.
Yeah, thanks for having us.
And we've also got current pro CFFC featherweight champ. That's a tongue twister, a mouthful, but it's a big title, and it's really exciting to have you here. This is Alex Gilpin. Nice to see you.
Yeah, thanks for having me too.
So this is such an incredible series of events that we've obviously had the opportunity and the pleasure of covering and being a part of. So I want to make sure that we touch a little bit for folks who haven't had the opportunity to see it. We covered CFFC 9 and 10. We're going into 11. So Josh, give folks just a little bit of background about what these events are all about.
Yeah, so we are a professional and amateur mixed martial arts promotion, and we have our events at the beautiful downtown Monona Terrace. We just bring a little bit something different to the table as far as the mixed martial arts scene goes at a very classy venue. We just have some spectacular fighters and just an overall great event.
Yeah, I mean, well said, and no kidding, because it is such an incredible event that you put on, and just incredible athleticism by these guys. And I want to get to Alex in just a second, but really quick for us, Josh, give us some of the highlights. We're going into CFFC 11, so a lot of great moments under your belt. What are some of the ones you're looking forward to for this event?
Mainly probably the title defenses. We have 2 of them and a new title fight, but Alex here is our current featherweight champion as a professional, and he will be defending his title April 8th for CFFC 11. And we also have an amateur title defense at featherweight. James Clark will be defending his title. And then we have an open vacant 205-pound title, which our local Chosen Few Gym, Alex Polizzi, will be fighting for as well.
All right, so we look forward to that, and I can only imagine what kind of preparation must go into preparing yourself for these fights. I mean, like I said, the athleticism is incredible. You can see it on all the athletes that there has been just so much preparation leading into this. So, Alex, talk to me a little bit about what is your training schedule like? You're defending your title and going into this event. It must be a pretty rigorous schedule.
Yeah, it is. It definitely varies day to day, depending on the day of the week. Our how I'm feeling, waking up in the morning, whether I'm feeling overtrained or if I'm feeling good. It might be 1 workout, it might be 3 workouts, you know, between all my practices and strength conditioning kind of stuff that I do. Usually about 6 days a week too, sometimes 7, so.
And I can imagine that, well, 6 or 7 days a week is an awful lot of training, it sounds like. But I imagine that, you know, rest going into it is really important too. You mentioned you don't want to be overtrained and put yourself in a position to have an injury.
Yeah, absolutely. And I do feel like a lot of fighters, while some may undertrain, I definitely think some overtrain. And I think that's definitely a neglected part, is making sure you're recovered, because to get the most benefit out of your training, I do feel like you need to be recovered. So.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, finding that balance, is a very important one to find. Now, I'm curious a little bit about your mindset going into this next event. So on April 8th, you're meeting your opponent, Nicholas Compton, and your mindset that day, your mindset that night, walking into the event, what are you thinking and how do you prepare for that?
You know, all the hours I put in the gym, I know that once the cage door closes and once the ref lets us start fighting, I'll be ready to go and instinct takes over. So, you know, there's nerves and things like that going into it, but as soon as I'm making that walk to the cage, I'm feeling at home, and you know, that's where I want to be, and I enjoy doing this. So while I'm fighting, I don't really feel too nervous. So.
Well, I'm sure that adrenaline kicks in, and all of that hard work and training that you have done to prepare yourself leading into this day, you know you've put in the work, and now it's just up to you to get in there and see what you can make happen. And we are just so excited to watch that on April 8th, and as well as the other events that are happening. So thanks a little bit for sharing your story and your training schedule with us. We appreciate it.
Yeah, sure, no problem.
Josh, really quick too, I want to talk a little bit about, for folks who are interested, now this is such a great event and we're going to be able to cover this event on television as well, but there's nothing quite like seeing the live event. So talk to us about Chosen Few Fighting Championships 11. When do doors open? How do folks get tickets?
Sure.
It's on April 8th. What time can we expect it?
Yeah, so currently we have 14 fights booked for the evening, and doors open at 5, fights start at 6. We're typically done by around 10 p.m., somewhere around there. You can get tickets at chosenfewfc.com, and you can go there and get your reserved seats. There is limited seats available left, and they do sell out typically. But we may have a few tickets available at the door, but definitely go on to our website, chosenfewfc.com, and see if there's any available so you have a reserved ticket for you at the door.
Well, absolutely. Like I said, the live event is just an incredible experience, a great venue, and we look very much forward to it. So Josh Sterry with Chosen Few Fighting Championships, thanks so much for putting this event together for us and being here today. We appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you.
And Alex Gilpin, we can't wait to see you on April 8th, and best of luck to you, and we look forward to it.
Thank you so much.
All right, we're going to be back with more sports news coming up right after the break.
Brought to you by Conan Automotive, taking care of you by taking care of your family's car.
Hey, a big thank you to all of our guests that came on the show today. A thank you as well for watching and bearing with me as I was a little bit under the weather. I do appreciate that. I also appreciate our fine sponsors who make this show possible, especially the Red Zone over on Regent Street and Conan Automotive in Stoughton. We'll see you next time on the Sports News right here on Wisconsin's 57 Sports.